ആകാശവാണി വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ രംഗം.
പരീക്ഷാ തിരക്കുകൾ കഴിഞ്ഞ് വിദ്യാർത്ഥികൾ മധ്യവേനൽ അവധി ആഘോഷിക്കുന്ന സമയമാണല്ലോ ഇത്. ഈ വേനലവധി ആഘോഷിക്കുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ പാഠപുസ്തകത്തിനപ്പുറമുള്ള പുതിയ കാര്യങ്ങൾ അറിയാനുള്ള അവസരമായി കൂടി ഇതിനെ കാണാവുന്നതാണ്. ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് ഭാഷയിലെ വ്യാകരണവുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ടുള്ള കുറച്ച് കാര്യങ്ങൾ പഠിക്കാം ഇന്ന്. സംസാരിക്കുന്നു കോഴിക്കോട് കോക്കല്ലൂർ ഗവൺമെന്റ് ഹയർ സെക്കൻഡറി സ്കൂൾ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് അധ്യാപിക റീഷ്മ എൻ.ആർ.
Dear children, your exams are finally over and now it's the time for the much awaited summer vacation. I know that some of you might have classes during the break, but it's still a time for fun and relaxation. By the way, are you all at the playground? Should I say in the playground instead? What's the difference between the two? Let's find out. Prepositions can be quite confusing at times. Words like on, in, at, of, by, with often make us pause and think about which one to use correctly. Let me ask you, do you know what a preposition is? A preposition is a small but essential word that usually indicates direction, location, or time. It can also introduce an object in a sentence. Though they may seem simple, prepositions play a crucial role in making our sentences clear and meaningful. Let's take a closer look at the difference between in the playground and at the playground. In the playground suggests that you are within the boundaries of the playground, possibly playing or engaging in activities there. On the other hand, at the playground can mean that you are in the general area of the playground, perhaps watching a game, waiting for your turn, or just spending time nearby. Now let's consider this sentence. I was born in Kozhikode in Kerala. Is it correct? Or should it be at Kozhikode at Kerala? No, both are incorrect. Then, what is the correct sentence? It should be, I was born at Kozhikode in Kerala. But why? How do we get it right? We should understand that in is used with larger places such as countries, continents, and big cities. Meanwhile, at is used with smaller specific places. For example, if the birthplace of Vaikam Muhammad Bashir is given as Bepur, Kozhikode, we can frame the sentence as Vaikam Muhammad Bashir was born at Bepur in Kozhikode. Let me ask you, why do we say I'm in the car but I'm on the bus? Why don't we say I'm in the bus? Have you ever thought about it? We use in when we have to bend or crouch to enter a vehicle and travel inside it. That's why we say I'm in the car or I'm in the truck. However, for larger vehicles like buses, trains and planes, where we can walk in while standing upright, we use on. So we say I'm on the bus, on the train and on the plane. Language can be interesting, right? Here's a fun fact. When we get into something, we also come out of it. For example, we say, he comes out of a car or out of a truck. However, when we walk into something like a bus or a train, we say, we got on it. And when it's time to leave, we get off it. That's why we say, he got off the bus, not out of the bus. So remember, we come out of a car, but we get off a bus. Got it? Are you interested in prepositions now? Want to learn more? Check out Grammarly's blog or Cambridge Dictionary for clear explanations and examples. To wrap up, Prepositions may be small, but they make a difference. Keep observing how they are used in daily conversations. Let's discuss a common error children often make in their answer papers. Consider these questions. Where did you came from? Why did you cried? When did you reached? These questions are grammatically incorrect. The error lies in using the past tense auxiliary verb did with a main verb that is also in the past tense. When did is used, the main verb should be in its base form, that is present tense. Here's how to correct them. Instead of where did you came from, say where did you come from. Instead of why did you cried, say why did you cry. Instead of when did you reached, say when did you reach. Clear? Now try correcting this sentence. Did you saw my watch? The correct form is did you see my watch? Similarly, the infinitive verb to is always followed by the base form of the verb. That is again present tense. For example, consider the sentence, I plan to join for cricket coaching this vacation. Is it correct? I repeat, I plan to join for cricket coaching this vacation. No. The correct sentence is, I plan to join for cricket coaching. Another example, I decided to bought a car. This is incorrect. The correct sentence is, I decided to buy a car. Remember, to is always followed by the base form of the verb. Where else do we use the base form of a verb? Yes, after modal auxiliaries. For example, I will play cricket, not I will played cricket. I would drive a car, not I would drove a car. Now what about has, have and had? Consider the sentence. My father has went for a film. Can you spot the mistake? My father has went for a film. Yes, the error is in has went. The correct sentence is my father has gone for a film. That's because after has, have and had, we use the past participle of the verb, that is the V3 form. Another example, the police had catch the thief. Here, had catch is incorrect. The correct sentence is, the police had caught the thief. Caught is the V3 form of catch. Always remember, after has, have and had, use the past participle form of the verb. Children should keep these rules in mind to tackle editing questions which are a guaranteed part of high school and higher secondary exams. Another common question that children often encounter in their exams is converting direct speech into indirect speech. In reality, we report conversations every day without even realizing it. For example, a teacher might say something in class and students naturally relate to their parents at home. However, during exams, we become more conscious of the rules. The key to reporting speech correctly is understanding the change in tense. Dear children, please take note. Simple present in direct speech changes to simple past in indirect speech. I repeat, simple present in direct speech changes to simple past in indirect speech. Present continuous changes to past continuous. Present continuous changes to past continuous. Present perfect changes to past perfect. Present perfect to past perfect. And finally, simple past also changes to past perfect. Simple past to past perfect. Keeping these rules in mind will help you report conversations accurately. Let's consider a sentence. Direct speech. Priya, I write letters. Here, Priya herself is saying, I write letters. To do this, we begin with Priya said that. Now let's analyze the sentence. Pronoun change. In the direct speech, I refers to Priya. Since Priya is female, we replace I with she in indirect speech. According to the rule of tense change in indirect speech, the simple present changes to simple past. So write becomes wrote. So the final indirect speech is Priya said that she wrote letters. Now let's consider another example. Direct speech, Priya, I wrote letters. Here in the question itself, Priya says that she wrote letters. As usual, we begin the indirect speech with Priya said that. Next, we replace I with she since Priya is female. Now, let's apply the tense change. Wrote is in the simple past tense. According to the rule, simple past changes to past perfect in indirect speech. So wrote becomes had written. Thus, the final sentence in indirect speech is Priya said that she had written letters. The rule also states that the present continuous tense changes to the past continuous tense in indirect speech. For example, Priya, my friend is writing a letter. Is writing is a continuous tense. In the indirect speech, it will become Priya said that her friend was writing a letter. Is writing become was writing. Similarly, when converting from the present perfect tense to the past perfect tense, direct speech, Priya, my friend has written a letter. Indirect speech, Priya said that her friend had written a letter. Has written changes to had written. This is how assertive sentences are converted into indirect speech. But what about imperative sentences that expresses requests, orders or suggestions? Direct speech. The king said, kill the culprit. A king's statement is usually an order. So we use the reporting verb ordered in indirect speech. Instead of that, we use the infinitive form to before the verb. Since to is always followed by the base form of the verb, the tense remains unchanged. So the final indirect speech is, the king ordered them to kill the culprit. Now what if the sentence expresses a request? Let's look at an example. Direct speech. Priya says, please give me a pen. Since this is a request, we use the reporting verb requested and follow the same structure with the to infinitive. In direct speech, Priya requested them to give her a pen. So the final answer is Priya requested them to give her a pen. How do we report a yes or no question in indirect speech? That's your assignment, children. Do some research, Google it or check a grammar book and find out the answer. Thank you for your time. Enjoy your vacation and have a wonderful day.
ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് ഭാഷയിലെ വ്യാകരണവുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ടുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങളെക്കുറിച്ച് സംസാരിച്ചത് കോഴിക്കോട് കോക്കല്ലൂർ ഗവൺമെന്റ് ഹയർ സെക്കൻഡറി സ്കൂൾ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് അധ്യാപിക റീഷ്മ എൻ.ആർ.